We are very excited to finally get to bring on the team's Forex Shark today, the developer behind the fastest growing DeFi platform of 2021. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm glad to be here. I'm happy to answer any questions you have.
Okay, well, first off, Forex, your previous project, the Drip Network, has literally changed so much forever. What is this new project that you have for us?
Over the past couple of years, what has become extremely apparent to our team, and that is the lack of quality, trustless, and decentralized lending models. Liquidity is important in all markets, but there's an exceptional demand right now for liquidity providers in decentralized markets. Our platform takes advantage of this demand by allowing our user base to trustlessly and effortlessly provide liquidity to decentralized liquidity pools and lend capital to decentralized exchanges as a way to earn passive cash flow and generate yield.
Got it. That sounds amazing. So now the field aggregation and protocols out there, so what makes this one different?
There are many aspects which separate us. Firstly, our decentralized ownership governance system, which allows our users to accumulate a share ownership of the platform itself, not just the native token. Traditionally, DeFi platforms pay out billions of dollars every year to the development team and founders through taxes and fees associated with the products on their platform. Animal Farm takes the same cash flow and instead pays it out to governance stakers who are earning the governance token through use of our product. This means Animal Farm is the only truly decentralized ownership, yield aggregating, and lending platform. Other platforms rely on their native token to allow their users to earn yield, whereas Animal Farm allows our users to earn yield from both BNB and USD without ever needing to sell our native token. On top of this, we have something called a decentralized supply control algorithm, which looks at demand for our underlying asset and regulates our emission rate based on this underlying demand. Other platforms blindly mix and blindly inflate the supply of their native assets, which leads to poor prices. Animal Farm realizes that demand comes in cycles, and the best way to deal with a low demand cycle is by restricting the supply to allow for peak prices. Animal Farm's decentralized supply control algorithm does this automatically without relying on some centralized figure to adjust the supply themselves. On top of this, Animal Farm gives its users a say in all key future decision making through its governance model voting system. This allows our users who have a stake in the platform to give their input on future partners, allocation of capital, and other important decisions through curated proposals that are put in front of governance takers for their vote. There are so many more aspects that I could list which separates us from the space, but out of respect for our listener time, let me just end with two more. And I'll start with collateral rehypothecation. What this means is we are taking and protecting all the collateral on our platform and using a low-risk lending model to lend that collateral to PancakeSwap and earn additional 30 to 40% APY every year. What this means is an additional tens to hundreds of millions of dollars that we can pay out as a BUSD dividend to our governance stakers and ensure that we are leading the space in marketing and development. This allows us to fund our marketing and development budget without ever needing to tap in to user funds, which is traditionally done by other DeFi platforms. On top of this, we have a loyalty model. And this loyalty model looks at how users are spending their reward tokens and giving a variable tax on their transactions relative to the loyalty score. This takes cash flows, which traditionally are lost to the market, and instead redirect them to the users and stakers of our native assets. And when you have a model where your user base to earn a high dividend in both BNB and BUSD without ever needing to sell your native assets, and you're controlling the supply of your native assets with a supply control algorithm. You are set to have the highest price performance out of any yield generating token. And that is what we have developed with Animal.
So I know that the governance token is live now. What is the significance of getting to be able to buy and hold the governance token before the reward tokens launch?
Yes, the governance token is live now, and we decided to release it early so investors could buy and accumulate their share ownership before the platform goes live. So when it does go live, they will get their share of all the fees and taxes associated with people using the product from day one. Many people, especially crypto, do not know how to buy value. Many of them get trapped into the trick of buying hype. And this is your opportunity to buy value by visiting our site and joining our social media to find out how you can get your hands on our governance tokens before the platform goes live and start paying out high yield in both BUSD and BNB.
When people are staking their crypto, what token are they earning?
This is the beauty of it. Animal allows our users to earn as the super wealthy by accumulating assets and securing profit on those assets in the form of dividends. When a user utilizes any of the products on our platform, they have an opportunity to earn in the form of one of two assets: our native reward token or our governance token. The native reward token has a variable tax applied to it on transactions. The tax that is associated with a user's transaction is relative to their loyalty score. When this token is transacted, the tax portion of the transaction is swapped for both BNB and BUSD. The BNB portion of the tax is then sent to stakers of the reward token, allowing them to earn a BNB dividend while they are increasing their loyalty score, which in turn reduces the tax when they transact their dog token. Alternatively, a user can utilize the reward token to farm governance tokens. These governance tokens are what allows the user to accumulate a share ownership of the platform itself, securing their share of all the fees associated with the product on the platform, a vote in future decision making of the platform, and all of the BUSD that is generated from the tax associated with transactions of the reward token. This allows our users to accumulate their underlying assets while securing a profit in BUSD and BUSD dividends. This is how our users earn as a super wealthy by accumulating our underlying assets without ever needing to sell them to secure profit, as their profit is coming in the form of BUSD and BUSD dividend cash flow. When users can secure profits in the form of dividends instead of needing to sell our underlying assets, it incentivizes users to perform in ways that allows for peak performance of our native assets. And this is how our tokens are designed to be the highest price performance yield generating assets ever.
Now, it's important to address that the Animal Farm has a lending protocol that's pretty advanced. Can you tell us more about the lending?
Animal Farm makes low-risk lending effortless on our platform. It does this by taking the capital that is staked on our product and through a decentralized and fully trustless contract, lends it to PancakeSwap, where they utilize it to create markets. There is a high demand for liquidity providers in decentralized markets, and we take advantage of this, earn an additional 30 to 40% APY, which is used to pay out a BUSD dividend to government stakers.